We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Here we are. Yay!
Yay!
The Live Shepherd Show. This is show number 152. If you were still here. Yeah. And you know what? Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Oh, things will change, leaves will fall, and it will rain. Transformed before your eyes. No time for chasing. Why? Oh, you never know just how life is gonna go. So you get in your boat and row, row, row. Get in your boat and row, row, row. Here we go, all together. Ready? Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we do. And go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead and trust yourself, 'cause everything can right itself. Life's a stream, so go ahead now. Follow your dreams. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Helps if we row together. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we do it would. Woo! Yeah, Laura! Yay! We did it! We did it! One more show! How exciting! Here we are in Gulfport, and whoop, there's a little bee wanting to talk to me. And I wanted to share, like per usual, some of the things happening around here in the yard, etc. If you've been watching the show, you know that these blue pigeon peas have been coming up. Butterfly pea, not a pigeon pea. They call it a butterfly pea. And what its Latin name is clitoris something. No. Yes, because if you look very closely. Yeah, we hold that bloom up for them.
That's very vaginal.
Clitorii or something. Yeah, it's definitely very, very close to the word clitoris because of its shape. Yes, and they're very good for you. What I didn't realize until just recently is that the little peas are edible. So if you don't pick the blooms off and you let it go to seed, it'll make these funny little peas. And you can cook them like a pea because it's related to the pea family. Or you can dry them and powder them, and they're good for your brain. So we still have these here on the farm.
On the range.
Here on the range. Some of you all may have, here, pass those around in case anybody wants one. They're a little bit, what's the word? They taste kind of pea-y.
You gotta eat the flour too.
You can eat the flour and or the pea. Those are very young peas. You know, I didn't wait till they got full up and hard of seed. The other little thing we have going around here right now are these, call it a strawberry tree. It makes these cute little things. It's a very fast growing, almost like a weed tree. Not a very strong tree. And they make these little, there, I'll hold one up for people. And whoop, not that one.
Bing.
Everybody that wants to try one of those, I didn't pick too many because I was feeling a bit lazy. This is how we, and then the big excitement, the custard apples are starting to ripen. This is a custard apple. And everywhere there is, there's about 1 million seeds in here. Here, hold this up in front of the camera and then I'm going to break it open. And we thank you, Diane, for being our what do we call it? Vanna White. Thank you, Diana White. Okay, so this is just, and you know they're ripe when it's like squishy. Squish, squish, squish. And you open it like this.
No kidding.
And each little segment comes out kind of, that's why they call it a custard apple. Each little segment has a seed in it like that. Vanna White, darling, would you show this to the people and pass it around if anybody wants to try it? They are welcome to. It's a mess to eat. But
what's it like?
You're
Is
gonna
it sweet?
You're gonna get the
It's
taste.
gooey.
Gooey?
Yeah, you chew
gooey.
the gooiness away from the seed.
Mango-like.
Oh, that's nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they grow around here, and they come up from seed.
So eat that.
And I know some of you know that I've been,
Oh, man.
isn't that
I
delicious?
like
You have
it.
to spit the seed out.
You have to spit the seed out, and it's a little bit awkward to eat. I don't know how you probably don't want to eat one sitting at the dining room table at the, I don't know.
Perfect in your backyard.
It's perfect in your back. I guess it's kind of like eating watermelons where you have to spit the seeds out.
Yeah,
Seed out.
it's lovely.
And I have not, some of you may know, these are seeds from different fruits we've had so far. I have been putting holes in them and making necklaces.
I see.
So,
Very cool.
this is the lychee seeds drilled through. I drill through with a drill and then hang them up. This is your loquat seed. No. Longan fruit seed. And they're mostly black, but I found a longan the other day that had a brown seed. I'm like, oh, you can have different colored ones. And here, these are some little dried seeds from this, the custard apple that we've just eaten. And I haven't tried yet drilling holes in these to make beads out of, because the beads, when the seeds first come out, they're really shiny, and once I've drilled a hole, it has sort of wrinkled up, but they're still quite nice and crafty. So there you go. That's what's happening there. Do we have anything else to show? No, I think
Custard apple was really tasty.
that custard apple is really tasty, isn't it? If you don't mind eating them like that.
Okay.
All right, the first guest coming to the stage. All right, you all quit chatting. No chatting in the background. Sangit,
Yes.
please come on up here. Thank you so much. What a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, same here.
So nice. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate your time. Now, we have just met, and we'll talk because we have a mutual friend, and you taught statistics for a long time.
Yes. Yes.
Where did you teach?
All over places in Boston.
In Boston. Oh, here, let me put this near you. Excuse me. But when did you move here to Florida?
About 12 years ago.
12 years ago. Well, welcome from Boston.
Yes.
Yes, the thing. What we're going to talk about first is this game
Yes.
called Go.
Yes.
Now, do you have to be a statistics professional?
No.
Okay, can you give us a little overview?
Yes, I will. Go is a very ancient game. In fact, it is the most ancient game of the human species. And it's been played pretty much continuously for good 4,000 years without any rule change.
Without any rule changes. Where did it originate?
Probably China. There are some theories that might have originated in India, but there's no trace of it available in India. So China is where it started and it evolved. And around 5th century AD, Buddhist monks brought the game to Japan.
Oh.
And there it took roots and became a very favorite thing to do for the Zen masters, because the game itself reflects aspects of Buddhism. So it became a very popular game supported by Japanese states, they supported playing and studying of Go. And Go is considered a very cultural, supreme game. In other words, if you do not play Go, there's something left for your humanity.
Ooh.
You're still not quite there in the sophistication sense of human existence. Now, Go is a perfect art. It's a mixture of art, science, and it's the most simplest game that one can think of. But not at the same time the most complicated game that
I know. Well, therein lies the paradox.
therein lies the paradox, and this is what drew the Buddhist priests into this thing about wanting to learn and discover the secret and mysteries of the Go, of the game. So let me get started giving you a very quick introduction. Here is a small board. This is a 9x9 board, and this is where it's good to teach somebody who doesn't know anything about the game. And since the Go game has no rule, or rather one rule, maybe rule and a half.
And what's the rule?
Rule is rule of capture.
Rule of capture.
Is we put stones on the intersection. They are played by two people holding two colored stones. Say you're a beginner, so you will take the black stone.
Okay.
You
Ooh,
will
they're
place,
nice.
Yes, they're very aesthetically beautiful. And you will put, as a student, you will put your stone somewhere on the board.
Well, I'm going to go right in the middle.
That sounds like a very Go-like strategy.
I don't know.
So
Yes, okay.
It maintains the balance.
Okay. Oh, yes.
And the master will put somewhere else.
Okay.
Notice the way I put the stone.
Ah. You mean when you put it down with some,
Slap.
like,
With a little slap.
okay, and is it, like in chess, I can go like this and go, here, maybe here, and as long as I don't
Those
let
are
go
house-
of it.
those are house
rules. Okay.
Those are-
But we want to put it down with some, and my goal is to try and capture you. Is
No.
that- no, what is my goal?
Then it will become a one-sided game.
Ah.
Your game is to make more territory for yourself.
Make more territory for myself, not just
And reduce mine too, if
Mhm.
I'm making too much.
yes. And so how do I make territory?
No, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put some, I don't know, here, I'll put one, I don't know, here.
That's not, it's a territorial move. I would analyze it as here is where black is trying to make territory.
Okay, so I'm trying to make some territory there.
It appears that way.
Okay.
Now it might change, once I say invade there, you may decide anything can happen
Mm-hmm.
strategically. So I can place a stone here.
Oh, you've gone behind my line. Is that what's happened?
That's reasonable.
Now, what are the rules that,
Well,
what
there's
makes a
only
territory?
one rule of the game.
Yes,
which
but you
is
said 1.5. Yes, what is
the
that?
half rule is more difficult.
Yeah.
So we won't get to it today.
Okay.
But the simple rule is if a stone is there, it has 4 liberties. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 liberties. So these, okay, and the
These
liberties.
liberties, if they are allowed to be taken by white,
Ah,
allowed to be.
yes.
And if black say plays somewhere else,
Yeah,
white plays here.
yeah,
2 liberties.
yes,
Black ignores it and plays here.
yes.
White plays here.
Oh,
3 liberties.
yes,
Black ignores it and plays it here, say.
yes.
Then if white wishes, he can go there
And
take that prisoner.
and then do you put a white one in its space? No, it just, but
It
this
just
is
stays
your
like
territory.
that. Nothing is removed.
And I can't just come in the middle of your thing.
Not that naked. Meaning, however, if there are black stones that gets ultimately put here, 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 etc.
Yeah.
And maybe then you may be able to get in there. See.
Oh, I see. Because I'm taking it not from the middle. I'm taking it by surrounding this
Whatever. So this is a simple game of Go. You just put them on, and basically beginners will take handicap from more advanced to advanced players.
Okay, so when you say a beginner will take a handicap,
Yeah.
meaning
For example,
like
when
in
Shelley,
golf.
no, nothing like
not well. I mean, in golf they give somebody a handicap by giving them extra strokes or
points,
something.
points.
Or
Yeah,
how they go.
something.
So what is the handicap?
For example, when Shelley would play, Shelley takes.
Oh, let's get Shelley up here. Come on up here, Shelley. We might as well get Shelley up here. This is your newest student. This is Miss Shelley Wells. Welcome to the
Laura.
stage.
All
Okay,
right.
so if we have a new, you all are playing and you're the master, or you have actually, have you competed in Go?
Oh yeah. I'm a professional teacher.
You're a professional Go teacher.
Yeah, many books that you can buy from Amazon.com.
Okay.
Don't buy it.
Now wait.
They're advanced.
Are these
Volume 1, Volume 2.
So these are books you actually wrote yourself?
Yes.
Not that one.
Not that
Yes,
one.
yes.
And these are, and they, a guide to 4-stone handicap games. Oh my goodness, you have written these books.
Yes.
Look, with lots of
Diagrams.
diagrams. Okay, and can
These
we,
are books to learn from.
and where can we get,
Amazon.com.
you can get Amazon, you can get this book. And this is under Sangit Chatterjee. There you go. Just check out that spelling, folks.
And my email is there too in case you have any curiosity question.
Yes, please feel free to get in touch.
Yep.
Okay, so so you are just learning. Did
And
you ever?
I've got no, never played before.
And did you ever play like chess or games? Are you a big game player?
I
No.
like a little bit of games, but I never really played chess.
Okay.
So this was new to me, and I am still very, very young at it. But I get a 3-stone handicap
So far.
so far. And I play on the small board.
So 3 is the most somebody would
No,
get?
no.
I've had more.
Oh, you're just getting better.
Hi.
So
We started off with actually 5 stone.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, look, she's gotten better. Okay, now does the handicap person always get their stones on these
No,
particular?
No.
You can- you can-
However,
There's
if
no rules, Laura. There's
Correct.
no rules.
Correct.
Quit trying to make a rule.
so you can put your handicap stone anywhere you wish.
Okay. So as
You put it here,
if I want
which was good because it's symmetrical position,
Right.
maintains symmetry.
Remember, you're
Yes.
trying to build your territory.
and
So,
I build my territory
Like
by
sometimes I like to do maybe this, and I think of that as mine. But see how he's got more, so maybe I should come up here.
Here.
Yeah, good. So
There.
it's like half the board, yeah.
Okay, so but I mean I know we're not going to get this all figured out in a 5-minute
Right.
interview here. But what's to stop me from putting one back on
None,
that side?
nothing.
Nothing.
Rule of
No,
the game
that's just
says if
saying
it's
that
empty,
you want
you
to
can put them in there.
build there.
I'm trying
so
to get-
maybe I would say, all right, well, I'll keep
That
over
would be
here.
a good vote. You took some, I took some. Mine,
I
I have
you
more
go.
than you.
Yes, but I mean, I don't. How do I have it? I only have it if I can keep you from doing something. Because if I go here, then I've got more
You've got a
on
little
that
territory
side.
on that side.
Yeah, but
But
why
very
wouldn't you
small.
come closer? Are you afraid to be next to the black?
Uh,
You want more space. You want to develop your territory.
That's a better move than
So
that.
take a big chunk.
big chunk of territory.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't I just come there?
You can.
Why not?
You can.
Why not?
However, you may suffer a little pain.
Oh, I don't want any pain. Okay, because I'm suffering pain because you're surrounding me.
Because I've cut you off from your neighbor.
Ah, so if I, so I could come this way,
You could.
and then you
You
might
could.
cut me off
Then-
again.
yeah, but you're also getting something in return.
Oh, I'm cutting this guy off.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. This is a very simple, and we played till what? You run out of pieces?
No.
You played till...
Think of you have infinite number of stones. You're playing on a finite sized board,
Yes.
and you play it till you have no territory to make.
Okay, till every spot is sort
No,
of...
not every spot.
Okay, but what, like if I have a line of stones like this, is this all my territory?
More or less, unless I can come inside and live.
So you just stick one here, so I don't have any territory.
Now you can fill that stone. And
Oh,
thereby
because
will-
because I can go.
Because I have nothing there. The power is, inside extreme black power. White has no right to live.
Get it out of there. Gosh, I mean, it seems so simple, yet I'm not quite sure I totally grasp it. Okay, so we start
No,
with
you
the
don't
board.
expect to grasp it in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You expect to grasp it in a whole lifetime.
A lifetime. Well, I'm getting, as I'm late started.
No, it's never late.
It's never too late.
Never too late.
So this first, so when I'm first starting, I start with this size board.
Depends on the teacher, I've been doing this as a professional, so, I keep my equipment, etc.
Yes.
For beginners to learn.
Yes.
And when they get
Ooh.
reasonably competent, the board size changes. But the game remains the same.
Right.
Now it's become 13 by 13.
Now the other one was what, 9 by?
9
now,
by
do
9.
we have uneven numbers? Is that just because?
No, 9 clearly is not a prime number.
Hmm.
But after that, 13 is a prime number.
Mm. But it's an uneven. That's all I know about it. Is it's uneven. Okay.
But the game remains the same. And when the student masters that, then he or she is allowed to graduate to the big.
Okay. And how many?
This is 19 by 19.
19 by 19. And is this a? They wouldn't get any bigger. This is like this.
The Japanese, professionals in the 1800s tried 23 by 23,
Oh,
but then they gave it up as too big.
too big.
Too big.
And how long might a? Is there any time limit? You put down a piece.
That's individual house rule.
House rules, but there's no.
We keep a board going in the house, and it might take a week. I'll play something, and he'll walk by, and then he'll play.
But so there's no hurry. You can take as long as you want to.
No.
No, it's a friendly,
Yeah.
teaching sort of.
And you also play online.
Yeah, I have students who I play with online.
Oh, we put.
That's all right. There you go. That's all good. So we so there's no hurry, and I suppose I don't know why I keep trying to compare it to chess or checkers. I
That's
mean, I
a
guess-
natural human habit.
Yes,
Yeah.
Human
but
habit. But the
we-
thing to remember is no game comes anywhere closer to a comparison with the game of Go.
I know they
This
say
is
that.
the profoundest game of the human species.
It doesn't seem like it would be. It's so simple. I
Yes.
mean,
So
chess,
are snowflakes.
so are snowflakes, and there's a million different ones.
True.
And so a grandmaster game. I mean, do they have world
They would
champions?
have big money games in Japan, China, and Korea.
And is
That
there
will give you like
a
a prize
gold-
money of $1 million.
$1 million. Ooh! And how long might
They
one of those-
might do 2 days,
2 days.
12 hours, maybe 10 hours, 8 hours a day.
So you play for 8 hours and then take a break and come back the next morning.
Continue.
So you've had all night to think about your moves, I guess.
Yeah, but these guys have been playing for so long and they know so much about the game.
Yeah.
But it's also very popular with younger people.
No, it's the other way around, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, the Coca-Cola generation has killed this kind of game because
Right.
this requires thought. This requires pensando, thinking.
Thinking for a long time.
And enjoying the thought process.
Right, about how you might. I wonder, like, because a chess player would, he doesn't just move one move ahead. He moves and then he thinks,
So
well,
all
next time I'm going to
his
do
knowledge
that.
is based on all his past experience.
Yes.
So when a stone is placed on the board, I don't have to think too much to continue playing.
Because you've seen it all before.
Many times.
And if you've seen it all and I've seen it all, then what makes it new?
That's when we've both seen it all, that's when it becomes really interesting.
Interesting. And so I guess there's, an infinite number of possibilities? Or
Close to infinite, finitely infinite. they
Yeah.
call it, mathematical term.
And do people have, is there like a World Go Championship?
In Japan and Korea and China, there are some major tournaments,
Tournaments and-
maybe 10 or 12 of them, that has prize money of more than $1 million.
And is there
And the sponsors are typically corporations,
corporations with sponsors?
Fujitsu, Honda, Sony, these are the sponsors.
And is there someone in the world now who's considered the best?
No,
No.
no. This is too profound a game to be have one best person.
See, that's so funny. It's like, oh, what do you
There
mean?
are at least 50 people who would be considered.
Okay.
At
So,
least 50.
okay. And they, and so you are, can we call you a master of
Yes,
this game?
yes.
We can call you a master and an author. And you still have fun playing.
Yeah, because I don't know the
Me.
game. The
I
game
know.
is too deep. I don't know
Although
it.
sometimes I'll put a stone down and he'll go, oh, that's just vulgar, you know, because of my placement. And you think, you know, am I going to originally, like, do I surround him? Do I jump him? You know, but the whole thing is to build your territory and strengthen yourself, and so that he can't invade.
No,
And
no.
then-
There's all possibly leaving spaces to invade.
Ah.
Because when you
Then you
invade,
can
you pay the
capture.
price.
All right.
No, you don't capture.
No.
Capture is too binary.
Too binary. It's your, I know. See, isn't it like, and so I don't know if that's my low level of intellectual prowess
No, no,
or
no,
my
no, no.
Americanness. You know, I think of things as binary, win, lose. But this game seems to be
See,
more
it's grey. Green.
gray areas.
Gray.
Got these black and white
Everything is
stones, but
gray.
everything is gray.
Everything is grey.
That's
The
fun.
territory may be vaguely defined. And there may be weaknesses in the territory that you are not familiar with, but the master is.
Mhm.
Right, and so
And this is the learning.
and so would a beginner ever be able to win? I mean, do you ever
Yeah,
feel
I
like
have.
you have been
But
able
only on the little board.
On the
Only
little board with
And
3-stone
I'm
handicap.
just
Yeah.
started
We're going
with
to
a
start doing
handicap.
2-stone. and
Yeah.
see how it
Okay.
does.
Yeah.
Yes. So you get wow, that's so interesting.
It's a game also considered very good for children to learn when they're really young, and it's very good for people, adults and older people, because it keeps the mind busy.
And are there like here in this area, if I wanted to play Go, are there Go clubs, like chess clubs?
There's one in Sarasota, but it's, they meet at Barnes and Noble on one day. It's really not. The big cities and the universities would be places where you would find.
And have you competed in the past in
Yeah, of
tournaments?
course, of course.
And do you still compete in tournaments?
Informally. I
Informally.
consider
Online.
myself to be retired.
Oh yes, you can play online
Yeah,
now,
his
which
members
allows
he
you.
plays with.
I don't do anything. I play like 10 games simultaneously. Meaning, I will be playing 7 games for 3 months, maybe each game 3 months. I put my move in, then they close this thing. And when they log in, if they want to open it and answer my move, then I answer. So it's a.
Yeah, so there's no rush.
No rush.
You have to be patient,
Yep.
and then you have to keep track of your strategies for 7 games. But,
Well, you always see it visually on the board. when you
Ah,
open it.
when you
And then
open
when
it
you
up.
count, can you describe how you count? Like if a game has advanced.
See, we're going to get us a beginner to
No,
explain it to
the-
me.
No, I'm not
No.
going to.
Okay.
No, counting is just, you count the number of intersections and three or four.
Intersections.
It's the intersections that we're counting.
Yes.
Yeah, these.
Stones are placed only on the intersection, and they are never removed from where they are placed.
Now you see the way he puts
I
that
know,
thing.
I
Yeah,
know.
come on
I
now.
can't do it. No,
Yeah,
it's
no.
it's like this.
How do you do it?
First, you must hold it with 2 fingers.
2 fingers.
This.
Tuck.
Oh,
she's getting that.
And you'll see a little wobble.
And that's good. We like the wobble.
Yeah,
The wobble gave
the
us.
unwobbling pivot.
Wobbling pivot.
All right.
But incidentally, let me
Yes.
sort of close this thing down,
Yes.
because you need to spend your own time in developing it. I have a couple of suggestions. If you ever go out and buy material for Go, buy the good ones. Don't buy cheap ones, because it's a visual game. It's an artistic game. The art, science and logic will flow from the vision. It's
Yeah,
not,
well, how
it's
interesting.
not computational in the chess sense.
Mm.
So buy nice equipment. There are some very good beginning books. You can write to me, or there's learn to play Go.
Yeah.
Very simple, very
You
simple.
can get a simple book. If if you wanted to, yes.
Yeah, if you learn to play, and it may be good for you, it may be good for your grandchildren.
Something to do together.
Or something for the grandchildren to learn. Doesn't have to do it with grandma. You can do it in high school or whatever.
And how old were you when you started playing?
Unfortunately, I started too late. I was like, 27, 28 years old already.
Yeah, so the grandmasters have to start very young?
Yeah, 4 years, 5 years. Because the game has to grow on you organically. The game has to become organic.
It's such an interesting way of speaking about a game.
Yes,
It's not like I'm used to people.
This is how you win.
So
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
You
Let me
really develop.
just give just two more angle of this.
Mhm.
Go has evolved a lot of literature, world-class literature. Books such as Master of Go, Nobel laureates, Japanese. There's plenty of books on, literary books on Go, not the game of Go, but the literature, the life. Go has also evolved a lot of art. There's a lot of Go paintings, 16th, 17th, 15th, 14th, 13th century.
A Go painting. What makes a painting a Go painting? It has a
Well,
board
the
in the
Japanese,
picture,
the Japanese version of this art is, some strong samurai has gotten angry. He has picked up the Go board and smashed it with all the stones everywhere.
Ah, that's frowned upon, I'm sure.
So, Go has done art, culture, literature, and it's considered a supreme art. Any man or woman who claims to be sophisticated should at least know about the game.
Well, I had a boyfriend once who played in college. That's where I heard of it. But I have never actually played. Is there anything else we want to say about this?
No, I would say
introductory
start with a small board. Buy a simple book.
board? Yep.
Buy a simple book
Yeah, and
and
like
learn the game.
the
Teach it to your friend, whatever.
the way these pieces feel are very pleasant in your
Yes,
hand.
tactile.
And tactile, and that's part of it.
Yes,
Yeah, you don't.
tactility and visual.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it is a visual game.
All right. So, thank you for talking
You're most
about this
welcome.
game.
I've been doing this quite a bit of my life.
There's.
I used to give lectures on the Jesuit seminary.
Ooh.
And they're not here, Boston.
In Boston. So people, can I have a question? Yes.
And I stepped in a little late, so I'm not sure, but how many people play the game at one time?
Two.
Just two people.
You and me.
Yeah.
You black, I me white.
Yeah. Excellent. So, Shelley and I have been friends for a long time. We worked in sort of the film industry together. You were a locations manager and
I
an
was
art director.
What was the name of that movie?
Misconceptions.
And we met Diane
And
on
we
it
met Diane
too.
on it.
Yeah.
And
There's our bond. Film people are film people.
film people are film people.
Our family.
We are.
Family.
We are.
But I do want to, one thing that I want to just bring up for the world to know is that you all have recently found each other.
Right.
And
Within the last year. It's
within
been
the
about
last
a year now.
year.
Mhm.
And so, and you get along lovely, and
Yeah.
you've married one another, and
Yeah.
you're moving
We've decided
on.
that
Thank
this
you.
point of our life we'll share it together and help each other and be supportive of each other. And we like to do some traveling, so we're getting ready to leave at the end of the month.
I know, Sangit, I was saying that you are very lucky because this woman can put together a trip.
I
Like,
know.
Oh,
you know,
boy.
that was part of her.
I know,
her
but I'm
profession.
thinking now more like, gee, those tours look really good. Where they just
Where you just
because
sit
we're
there.
driving for I'm driving in Scotland for 9 days.
Well, you'll be
On the-
taking.
yeah, that'll be interesting up in the Highlands.
But it's nice. I like to remind people that. You know, a little bit later in life, you can, you know, after
Exactly.
you've both had previous lives,
Right.
and then you ended up meeting each other, and you're going forward together. So I just want to put that out there, that it's,
Oh, it's-
never too late
but no, it's not.
to learn
it's
something
not.
new.
And what we had in common is, well, Sangit is an instructor. He's a professor. and I am hungry and a learner. And Sangit started reading poetry to me. I think the first thing he read was T.S. Eliot.
No, my own poems.
Yes,
Oh yes, because he's also a poet.
right.
Yeah.
And T.S. Eliot kind of started us off, and then we evolved, and we have a huge poetry collection, and we pick something every day to read, kind of like Nina and
Bob, my
Bob
parents,
did,
yes.
and that was I remember that, how lovely that was that Nina, that Bob would read to Nina every day poetry.
Poetry,
And I
yes.
thought if I ever found that would be really wonderful.
See, there you go.
And
You
there
were
it was,
manifested.
and there
She
it was, and he had
manifested
no
you.
idea, but he had me then.
Yes, 15 years ago, she manifested you.
Yes, I
Um,
believe that. I do.
And so you all have started reading poetry out loud
Right.
to each other
Yes.
or together.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to leave the stage, and we're going to see that happen.
Okay.
Do I need to hand you
So
this?
this is can I have my hat?
Yes, you may.
Yes,
Tell
I
her. What's
I
with
found
the
these.
hat?
I don't know, except
they're
I
fun,
found
okay.
these silly hats, and I thought this would be perfect for our poetry reading. And are you going to do the introduction? You want me to put that back on you?
I know that one keeps falling off. I don't know why. We're having trouble. Not your fault.
Sorry for the delay.
Oh, no problem. It's all real.
Should do it.
Okay, so we are going to read a few poems chosen by us, and we'll often share the reading of a single poem. So here's the one I'm going to read. It's by T.S. Eliot. It's called Whispers of Immortality. Webster was much possessed by death and saw the skull beneath the skin, and breastless creatures underground lean backward with a lipless grin. Daffodil bulbs, instead of balls, stared from the sockets of the eyes. He knew that thought clings round dead limbs, tightening its lusts and luxuries.
Donne, I suppose, was such another who found no substitute for sense, to seize and clutch and penetrate, expert beyond experience. He knew the anguish of the marrow, the ague of the skeleton. No contact possible to flesh allayed the fever of the bone.
Gushkin is nice. Her Russian eye is underlined for emphasis. Uncorseted, her friendly bust gives promise of pneumatic bliss. The couched Brazilian jaguar compels the scampering marmoset. With subtle effluence of cat, Gushkin as a maisonette.
The sleek Brazilian jaguar does not, in his arboreal gloom, distill so rank a feline smell as Gershkin in a drawing room.
And even the abstract entities circumambulate her charms. But our lot crawls between dry ribs to keep our metaphysics warm.
T.S. Eliot. What a riot. This one is by a newly discovered poet, by me at least. He's a German poet, Rainer Maria Rilke, famous for, what's the book he has? Letters to a Young Poet. The hour bends down and touches me with its clear metallic ring. My senses tremble, feelings form. I can, and I grasp the malleable day.
Nothing was complete before I saw it. All becoming stood still. My eyes are ripe, and whatever they desire approaches like a bride.
Nothing is too small against a gold background. I paint it large and lovingly, and hold it high.
And I will never know whose soul it may release.
This one is by,
Okay, we have a comment out here on the live feed of Brett Milstead as an excellent.
oh, does he like Renee, does he
Well,
like
the T.S.
Rilke?
Eliot.
I think it was the T.S. Eliot that he
Ah,
reacted to, but
okay.
he probably likes the rest of it also.
Okay, so this one might be familiar. Dylan Thomas. Do not go gently into that good night. Old rage should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. The wise men in their inn know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning they. Do not go gently into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, cry how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight and learned too late they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the line of the light. And you, my father, there on sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
I imagine you've heard that one.
Yes, we have heard that.
Now this one is completely new to me. I knew nothing about Rabindranath Tagore. Do you want to say a little about him?
Yeah, Rabindranath Tagore is considered the polymath of the century. He is just profound in everything he wrote. He wrote prose, poetry, drama, dance, painting.
Theater.
He was just everything.
And what years?
1930s. He was born probably 1890, 1910 or something like that. But he died in 1944, 45, before my birth.
Tell him about the, in India, his school.
He established a school which still exists. I mean, in very full form, a school of art, an academy, to dancing, music, language.
And it's outside of Kolkata?
It's very near the city of Kolkata. And it's a university of about 40,000 people with world-class, artists in its faculty.
We hope to visit.
Yes, Shantiniketan, which means peace of abode of peace.
Shanti Niketan?
Shantiniketan. Shanti means peace.
Sure. Shanti. Okay. On the Seashore by Rabindranath Tagore. On the seashore of endless worlds, children meet. The infinite sky is motionless overhead, and the restless water is boisterous. On the seashore of endless worlds, the children meet with shouts and dances. They build their houses with sand, and they play with empty shells. With withered leaves, they weave their boats and smilingly float them on the vast deep. Children have their play on the seashore of the worlds. They know not how to swim. They know not how to cast nets. Pearl fishers dive for pearls. Merchants sail in their ships, while children gather pebbles and scatter them again. They seek not for hidden treasure. They know not how to cast nets.
The sea surges up with laughter, and pale gleams the smile of the sea beach. Death-dealing waves sing meaningless ballads to the children, even like a mother while rocking her baby's cradle. The sea plays with children, and pale gleams the smile of the sea beach. On the seashore of endless worlds, children meet. Tempest roams in the pathless sky. Ships are wrecked in the trackless water. Death is abroad, children play. On the seashore of endless worlds is the great meeting of children.
Then Sangit introduced me to Pablo Neruda, who is Chilean poet, and he wrote beautiful love sonnets. I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you simply without problems or pride.
I love you in this way because I do not know any other way of loving. but this in which there is no I or you.
So intimate that your hand upon my chest is my hand.
So intimate that when I fall asleep, your eyes close.
Aw.
So one more, and we've added this recently. It's another Rainer Maria Rilke. I live my life in widening circles that drift out over things. I may not achieve the very last, but it will be my aim.
I circle around God, around the age-old tower I've been circling for millennia. And still I don't know, am I a falcon, a storm, or a sovereign song?
And that's our collection.
That's very nice, though.
Thank
One
you.
thing I find super interesting is that some of these poems were written in a different language. And poetry often has to do with iambic
Translation.
pentameter. Well, you know, like some poems are written to a certain beat, and so the number of syllables is important.
Right.
And of course, when you translate it into a completely different language, the job of the translator is very difficult
Right.
to try and keep some of the music of the speech, because I'm sure in their original languages they're probably even more something.
Yes, more rhythm. More rhythm. I can never translate a Bengali poem in which Tagore wrote
Yes.
into, I've translated quite a few of them, but those that had real rhythm I couldn't.
Right. It's so interesting.
But I've attempted, I have many leftover, unfinished
Yes.
copies.
Many false
But you did
starts, as
two
it were.
birds.
Yeah, I did a few.
You
And
can- maybe
they were
some
not
are
that
easy.
rhythm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two birds
They
is
had
great. We might add
their
it.
content. They have this content like, two birds having a conversation. One is being caged and the other is in free nature. And so
yeah.
each one saying, come and join me because we're in love. And each one's refusing to do it.
Right, I don't want to give up my comforts for a wild existence. So
Yeah, two birds.
Yeah.
This was translated by Tagore himself and been other
into
people.
English by Tagore.
Tagore, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, he translated himself.
Himself.
Himself. And I translated his thing. And I got feedback from so other people have translated two birds also.
All
We'll
right.
have to get
Bef-
that for the next one.
Before we stop everything, I do want to reiterate, if somebody is interested in Go, they can get in touch with you at s.chatterjee@neu.ed.
ED. Yeah.
EDU.
ED.
EDU.
Oh, EDU. Sorry. I didn't put
Edu. Edu.
Oh,
Yep.
let's see. Wait,
EDU.
we have to correct this.
Uh-oh.
All right, now if anybody would like to donate, please feel free to leave some money in the jar. Can we
will.
get you to write that correctly, or you can just write it, just so that we can.
EDU.
Yeah, I can take this off of you for a second. Make sure, in case anybody wants. If you would like to become a full-time supporter of the Laura Shepard Show, please go to Patreon.
Perfect.
There we go. EDU. All right. .edu. Yes. Okay. NEU.edu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. If
Northeastern
somebody's interested,
University.
or you could
Yeah.
probably, get in touch with me and I can pass you on. If you want to become a Patreon of the show, I would really like that. Before you all leave, I need to give you all some gifts. This is a book of poetry written by a previous guest of mine.
Great.
And so please enjoy it. And then, because I always feel like if I just stick it in my counter, in my,
Thank you.
and so I don't know whether these poems will appeal to you, but they will be fun. It will be something.
Haiku-inspired poems.
Yes.
That sounds great.
There you go.
And we love haiku.
And then the other thing I'd like to give you all are these two
I
necklaces.
love these.
And feel free to take them apart and reuse them.
Well, you know
or
I
wear
will.
them.
I'm working on a little sculpture right now.
Yes, well there you go. That's some stuff I like.
You'll have to come over and do some needle felting with
I
me.
know, we love to felt. And I just think y'all are the cutest little things, and I so admire that you're willing to learn something new, and that you all are willing to put on funny little hats. You know, I mean, they're beautiful hats. And how about that? You know,
How about it?
How about that? Congratulations. I just
Well, thank you so
want
much.
to congratulate you on
I love
your
you,
love.
Laura.
And I know that your marriage is recent, and I just want to be the first to publicly congratulate them.
There it
The
is.
Mr. and Mrs.
Shocking
in
but
love,
true.
reading poetries to one another. Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate your time.
And
your
Nina and Bill inspired.
Nina and Bob were
Bob,
my
sorry,
parents.
Bob.
Yep. Well, they loved each other till the end.
Yes, they did. I'm going to move
And,
over here.
And then you all. Okay. So thank you so much. I appreciate
you're
your
welcome.
having come. I'm going to sing one more song. You're welcome to
Sounds
sit
good.
here or go there. I'm going to sing one more song,
No, you
and
I should have
then
made a reservation, but I don't have one. But we can all go to lunch.
yep, we're all going to go to lunch. Don't be mumbling in the background now. Don't tell everybody where we're going.
Okay.
I have one song. A couple of weeks ago, we had a friend Wendy was here, and she was talking, you know, about how the country needs to get together.
No kidding.
And let's not. But so this is my song for the moment, and you can take it how you like it. It ain't easy and it ain't right, but sometimes a little guy's got to stand to fight. I'm not going down and I'm not going to drown. I'll jump in the river and swim. I'm not going down, I'm not going to drown, or you're going to see me win. You're going to see me win. Well, now you know I don't fight. What you're doing, it's just not right. You might be big and you might be tough, but your hand I call. And you'll get mad and you'll play rough, but I will see you fall. I will see you fall. And you know from where I stand, going down and I'm not gonna drown. I'll jump in the river and swim. I'm going down, I'm not gonna drown, or you're gonna see me win. Yes, you're gonna see me win. Well, you know the fastest way to hell is if you know a truth, but you don't tell. And it's not alright to stand behind the fact that you're small. We're all small.